I was selling drugs at the time. In 2010, August 6th, I was gonna go get a haircut. There was a car across the street from me that had some kind of dark tint on it. I went a couple blocks and there was another car off to the side that had an antenna on the back. Whenever I passed him up, he got behind me, and by the time I went to the intersection, there was a black and white DPS trooper behind me and turned his lights on. Before I knew it, his gun drawn on me, and it was just like in the movies. Unmarked cars come from everywhere. Next thing I knew, they took me to Houston, to the Federal Detention Center. From there, I didn't know what was going on. All I know is I had a federal warrant. It says the United States of America versus your name. I mean, that's scary. It's nothing like, being in the county jail or anything like that. They hit me with a conspiracy. They were looking every bit at 8 to 12 years. Long story short, I ended up talking to my family. They called Craig Greening. Mr. Greening came in there and he got the conspiracy dropped. I ended up in there for 8 months. Compared to the 10, 12 years they were trying to give me, I mean, home to my family, and I've been using him here and there ever since 2010. I would not trust anybody else but Mr. Greening.
The most important thing is when you're charged with a federal offense, you need to hire an experienced federal criminal defense lawyer immediately, the same day that you're arrested. We dot every I, cross every T. We're known for focusing in on the issue that we can win. I think being a former prosecutor helps to understand some of the strategies that the prosecutor will use at trial. Try to stay several steps ahead of the prosecutor. So if you've been a prosecutor before, you know the steps they're going to take, how they've been trained, and how they're going to try their case. We have a good relationship with the prosecutors, but when it's time to go to trial and time to go to war, that friendship ends.
My residence was invaded by the feds. They were surrounded my house. They treated me like I committed murder. I was charged with conspiracy with intent to distribute methamphetamines. Actually, my dad referred Craig to me, told me I needed to call him and see what he was about and see if he could help me, and he did. I would definitely recommend Craig. He explained everything to a T. Craig didn't just look at me as like a client. He actually looked at me as another individual dealing with some hardship in their life and trying to overcome it.
Our entire team of lawyers and paralegals and staff members are super dedicated to giving our client the best service possible. At Greening Law, we are relentless and aggressive in the courtroom. Our goal is to get the best outcome possible. If you're charged with a federal crime and you need a gladiator in the courtroom, give us a call.